Katie Greenwood is the head of the Pacific Delegation at the International Red Cross and Red Crescent Society. She joins us now from the Fijian capital, Suva. Thank you so much for joining us on the program, Katie. So with communications to Tonga and within Tonga largely cut off, what more do you know about the situation on the ground there in terms of any damage or devastation and casualties?
Yes, well, the communication complexities have certainly made this a very challenging response. I think it's really unprecedented for an organisation like Red Cross that we wouldn't have been able to communicate with our teams on the ground for over 72 hours, which has been the case for us. We fortunately have had some small communication with the team today via satellite phone, but that's been very disjointed. However, given the fantastic cooperation that is happening both on the ground and amongst aid agencies around the Pacific, we're able to get a good picture of what is going on there. You'll know that from these photographs that there is heavy ash blanketing both the capital and other areas. We also know that there's been some quite extensive damage to the western part of the main island in Tonga. Fortunately, this is not as catastrophic an event as we first thought it might be, looking at those pictures of the massive eruption and really an unprecedented event causing a Pacific-wide tsunami like that. So we are starting to get a better picture that it is slightly better than we first anticipated it might be.
As we heard there, Australia and New Zealand are both sending shipments of aid and relief. Can you tell us, from the little that you do know right now, what sort of aid supplies are needed?
Firstly, the biggest priority right now is around clean water. So you can imagine a majority of people in Tonga require rainwater, or they rely on rainwater for their water needs. And so with that heavy ash falling into those drinking waters and water tanks, that makes things a little bit challenging around having that clean water. So some of the things that Red Cross is doing right now, it's on the ground distributing hygiene kits, which include buckets for pouring water, includes water purification tablets and the like for household needs. Coming in on those relief ships and in those flights is also water purification modules that are able to pump out about 100,000 to 500,000 litres a day. So with those in place in the next few days, we'll be able to pump out high quantities for community use for drinking water, which is fantastic. The other issues we've got are really around health and well-being for communities because of the constant ash fall. And we really are still worried about the nature of what the volcano is doing right now and whether there might, in fact, be another blast coming.
Okay, it really is a movable situation, isn't it? Katie Greenwood from the Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, thank you so much for joining us and best of luck with your work there.